What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So, I have this YouTube series where I'm eventually gonna go through every single dungeon and raid in the game that people are farming for gold and talk about exactly why people are farming it. And in today's video, we have the classic dungeon Wailing Caverns. So, before we take a look at that, massive thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide. This is a digital guide that you can open up on your computer, and it features the best tactics and methods that I personally use in order to achieve hundreds of millions of gold. Now, the best part about it is the fact that it comes with a lifetime of free updates, meaning that whenever there's a new patch to the game or even a brand new expansion to the game, I simply update the exact same gold guide with the new best methods, and I send that to your email completely for free. So you can find that link down below in the description. Use the discount code STUDENT and you'll get it for 50% off. And that also works on the brand new Mist of Pandaria Classic Gold Guide. So if you're playing Mob Classic, definitely make sure to check that one out as well. Now, Wailing Caverns is a dungeon that hasn't been farmed a lot in the past because the loot inside of Wailing Caverns has been farmable like in the open world way more efficiently. But at least at the moment of this recording, world drops are bugged, so doing the farm such as Sludge Fen, which is considered the best farm for these items, no longer works, leaving Wailing Caverns to be the best option to do these farms, and also happens to be a solo method where the Sludge Fen could be done in a 5-man super efficiently. And the items inside this dungeon, they are very, very good. Now, some people still did Wailing Caverns as a solo farm, and they did it because they wanted to get the battle pet, the Deviate Hatchling, which, depending on like which realm you play on, they're typically 5 to 10,000 gold each. So, what a lot of people will do, and which I've done a lot of myself, is I would go ahead and I would do Wailing Caverns until I got the pet. Once I had the pet, I would go ahead and just do the open world farms instead, where the loot was way better. Like you did get way more loot back in the days doing the open world. But right now, this farm is better than what it's been in a long time, which is causing a lot of people to do it. You can also skin the mobs and you can get the deviate scales. However, with the current prices, I checked on both EU and NA, they were, at least when I'm recording this video, because mats, they do go up and down like crazy, but they were pretty bad, and they are relatively bad. But that is an option as well, like skinning all of these beasts right here. But you want to kill every single mob in the dungeon. You can get some like dungeon specific items, like, but they aren't really that good because the drop chance on them are just way too high. But kill everything, loot all the chests. Like, usually when I farm this, I will always, there you go, Gloves of the Fang. I will always kill mobs, loot. Kill mobs, loot. Because loot doesn't get sent to your mailbox unless you're killing a boss. Because boss loot gets sent to your mailbox. But this is just for the matter of showing the routes and how Wailing Caverns is farmed, though, so there is really no need to actually loot all of the mobs. But yeah, normally you would loot them and you would skin the mobs if the price is decent on the deviate scales. But I usually clear out this western part of the dungeon first. Now, I never do the Murloc boss, the last boss right here. I just think it's a waste of time, and the runs aren't as efficient as they could be. By just skipping that part. So clearing every single mob in the middle, the upper level here as well. And once I cleared out the western part of the dungeon right here, I'm going to take the eastern part right here. And it's quite easy because once you kill the last boss right here, you can dive down and then run out of the dungeon, reset it, and go back in. But we have to talk a little bit more about like the potential items that you can get, because Wailing Caverns, and the reason why it's been skipped by a lot of people to do open world is, as I mentioned, it's easier to get the open world items or the world drops in the open world rather than the dungeon. And the dungeon-specific items, like the items you can get from the sets, the Fang set, they're just not good enough. The Battle Pet is the best dungeon-specific item that you can get in this dungeon, but it's usually it doesn't outweigh the way more like items you would get in the open world. But that's changed, so now it's way better. And the item specifically that we're looking at that you can have is what we call in Loot Pool D, which means that you can get items such as the Mystics, you can get the Feral, you can get the Prospector set, the Warpaint set, the Outrunner set, you can get the Blood Spatter, you can get the Ceremonial. There's also a couple ones missing, like I just picked up Aboriginal. An Aboriginal set can be quite decent as well. What all of these sets have in common is that, like, the vast majority of the items in those green sets are unique appearance with a very high sell rate. So while none of them have an insane value, Wailing Caverns and its items is like one of those farms that you want to do in order to build up an auction house, to fill up the auction house with a bunch of auctions that's actually sellable, like high sell rate, unique appearance. So I definitely think that there is a place for Wailing Caverns in your farming rotation. It's typically what you should do when you're first starting out, when you're building up an auction house, because the dungeon does that very, very well. Now, I definitely think that the prices of the items in that loot pool is going to increase in value unless Blizzard fixes the open world bugs that we currently have. But as of right now, Wailing Cavern is a totally legit dungeon to run to get items to fill up your auction house. I just got the ceremonial leather loincloths here as well. I mean, they have got a market value in EU of 26,000 gold, but look at the sell rate. That's a relatively high sell rate for a transmog item. Same thing with these likes, and the place is filled with items like that. So, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, eventually I will get to every single dungeon and raid in the game that we're farming for gold, but that was it for Wailing Caverns. Do got plenty of videos coming though, so make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel if you want to see those videos. And if you already have the gold guides for the version of the game that you're playing, you can consider signing up to the VIP Discord. It's actually pretty cool. Once you join in, you can view all my YouTube videos before they go public on YouTube, giving you a slight advantage, but you also get access to TSM groups and operations. You get exclusive gold tips. There's multiple spreadsheets for gold making, and you can even get access to my investments for stuff such as upcoming patches, player housing, upcoming expansions, and much, much more. But that will also be linked together with the gold guides down below in the description. I appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.